it's really remarkable. It really is the effect this tiny little substance can have on a person. But you know what? Here's the worst part. Here's the worst part about cutting sugar out of your diet or food intake or however you decide to go about doing it, whether it's little by little or you decide I won't have it in my tea and coffee or cold turkey like I've done. You're doing it because you want to do something healthy for yourself and your body, and you know that's all fine and dandy. No, it isn't. No, it is not. It is not fine. It is not dandy. Not at all. Because from the moment you make this decision and the moment you start, you immediately begin to brain list everything you won't be able to eat. And you just start to hate this decision that you've made so much. And it has only been 5 minutes, for God's sake, since you've made the decision. But you know what? That's how you feel. But you know, you made a promise to yourself and you want to fulfill it. So you stick with it and time passes and you start to crave it and you want that sweet, sweet white powder that you could shake over everything, or maybe in the form of a jelly sugary candy, or that brown caramel drizzly sugar. And you know, you want it all, but you don't. And finally, you know, you've pushed past it and you've been grumpy and you've had the mood swings or whatever it is that you have, and there's just so much of it everywhere. So you think, you know what, because I've done so well, why not treat myself? So you have a small amount. Perhaps you have a little bit of dark chocolate because you want to keep it healthy. Or I don't know, maybe decide, well, if I'm going to treat myself, I may as well go out to the fullest and you take crack. But, you know, that's not a form of sugar that we were talking about, so please don't do drugs. Where was I now? I've lost myself. So anyway, yeah, just don't do drugs. So you treat yourself and it's delicious in your mouth and your taste buds are just shouting, oh, I love it. But here's the worst part. It's not like you can just have some and then think, oh yeah, I had my fixing. So good. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. It's like the first hit. It's never satisfying enough. You just want more. That's how you become addicted or hooked in the first place. And you try your best not to go back to wherever you have your stash of deliciousness, and you are fighting with everything in your body. Your brain is telling you it's bad for you, but your mouth is like, but it's so delicious, please, more, please. And your heart is like, you made a promise, you must stick with it. And your feet have already began walking towards destination sugar rush. Because it's so darn delicious and so readily available. That's why crackheads don't have it as bad as we do. People who are off sugarheads, if you will. I don't know, maybe because I feel like it's a little harder to find crack. It's not like you go into your refrigerator and you open the fridge and you're like, oh, there's a liquid crack. Oh, powder crack. Oh, crack and pasta. That sounds delicious. No, it isn't like that. You probably have to, you know, go somewhere and it's all shady and you have a dealer whose name is something like Powder Pimp Boss, a name that you know you should run like hell from, and yet somehow you still got involved because we are just that smart. Anyway, and it's illegal, and the police are probably already onto you, so, you know, just don't do drugs. But don't do sugar either. It is just so everywhere, and even if you try to keep, let's say you keep a sugar-free house or a clean house, there's always that somebody, a colleague or a friend that's trying to push it on you. Here, just have one. It's okay if you have one. Oh, please, I brought them just for you to taste. And all along, like you'll continue to refuse profusely, but they just don't get it. And come on, just a tiny bit. Well, a tiny bit can't hurt you. Just try it. And you know what? If you don't like it, then just don't have any more. Well, of course I'm going to like it if you don't like it. Yeesh! Like this is the kind of pressure that my mother used to tell me about. Only she meant with cigarettes and things. She should have been warning me about sugar pushers. And you know what? I get so mad at these type of people. I just want to lure them one day. I'd like to return the favor as they're sugar pushing me. I'd like to, lure them into a dark alley and hopefully find Powder Pimp Boss, and then pressure them into buying drugs, and then becoming hooked and addicted to the drugs. And then I'm going to call the police on them, because that is what sugar